Have you ever walked into a place for the first time, but felt like it already knew you? As if the walls had heard your name before? That's how English can feel when you learn through emotion. Some phrases hit differently, not because they're advanced, but because they feel familiar deep down. One of the best ways to learn English is through stories. They carry language inside emotion, memory, and rhythm. That's what makes them stick. If you want English to feel personal and meaningful, like this story, subscribe to TrueTalk and leave a comment. It started with rain. Not a storm. Just that slow, steady kind of rain that makes the whole city quiet. Kian had missed his bus. He didn't mind. He liked walking when it rained, especially when the streets were empty. He turned down a narrow side road, a street he didn't recognize. The buildings were old and quiet. No shops, no lights. Just the soft tap of rain on stone. That's when he saw it. A small green door, under a faded sign that said nothing, just a carved symbol that looked like a spiral. A window beside the door glowed with warm yellow light. A cafe. He didn't think. He just stepped inside. A soft bell above the door rang once, then stopped. The moment he entered, something shifted. The air smelled like cinnamon, rosewater, and strong coffee. A record player was humming low in the background. The song playing wasn't familiar. But it felt familiar, like something his aunt might have played during long Sunday afternoons years ago. The space was small, but full of life. The walls were painted a dark brown, covered in shelves of books, some in English, some not. Tiny paintings hung in no particular order. A few clocks ticked at different speeds. There were 3 tables. One was empty. The other 2 were occupied by people who didn't seem to notice him at all. He sat. Before he could ask for a menu, a woman appeared. Middle-aged. Calm face. She held a mug in both hands. "I think this is yours," she said. Kian looked down. The cup was exactly right, ceramic, dark blue, slightly chipped on the side. The kind his father used to drink from every evening. The smell rising from the mug was unmistakable, black coffee with a touch of cinnamon. No milk. No sugar. "How did you know?" he asked. The woman just smiled and nodded toward the window. Then she walked away, slowly, as if nothing unusual had happened. He took a sip. Perfect temperature. Perfect taste. He looked around again. Something about the room made him feel remembered. There was a mirror in the corner, but the frame was identical to the one in his childhood home. The table was scratched in the exact pattern he remembered from his grandfather's kitchen. A small plant sat beside him, a spider plant. His mother's favorite. He leaned back in his chair. Time seemed to stretch and bend. It didn't feel like a normal afternoon. It felt like something outside of hours and minutes. No one spoke. No one rushed. For a moment, he felt like a character in someone else's dream. Or maybe someone else was dreaming about him. He stayed for a while. Maybe an hour. Maybe 2. He didn't check. He didn't need to. When he finally stood up, he looked around again. The same woman behind the counter gave him a quiet nod. He stepped out into the street. The rain had stopped. The air was clear, fresh. He turned to take one last look at the cafe. But the window was dark. The sign was gone. The green door, closed tight. No spiral. No glow. Just the sound of traffic somewhere far behind him and the soft echo of a tune he couldn't name. In that moment, Kian smiled, not because he understood it, but because he didn't need to. In today's story, you learn natural phrases like stepped inside, something shifted, and felt like a character in someone else's dream. You also saw how past simple and sensory language build a quiet, emotional atmosphere. We post original English stories every day to help you connect language with feeling. Like this video, subscribe to TrueTalk, and share in the comments. Have you ever entered a place that felt like it was built just for you? See you in the next video.